how to present your prototype, how to pitch your idea in a particular hackathon. Why so? Presentation plays even more important role than the prototype itself. If I am a judge, I'll focus upon the. Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let's grow together. So, in this video, we are going to discuss how to pitch your idea in a particular hackathon, how to present it, and how to win it. So, if you'll ask me, there are two factors which decides your fate in every hackathon. First is your prototype, and second is your presentation. And I'll say, according to my experience, presentation plays even more important role than the prototype itself. Why so? So just consider that if for a particular problem statement there are multiple capable teams who are fighting, 90 to 95% features that they are going to develop would be same, would be common, and would be replicated. So what matters in that case? First is the differentiating features that are uniquely developed by them, that are USPs, and second is the way you present it. Presentation plays a very significant role in your hackathon journey. Now, I'll tell you how I used to present, what was my flow, and how it helped me to explain my idea in the best way possible. So, let's see. So, before understanding the flow of the presentation, we should understand what problems specifically students do while presenting. First thing is they make the presentation very technical. Don't try to make it a technical presentation. Make it easily understandable for each of the judge or jury rather than making it complicated. You should make everything as simple as possible. That's the very first thing that you have to consider. And second thing is just don't over explain or under explain. Try to keep it to the point, not too complicated, not too simplified. Like you should not over explain the things, you should not under explain the things as well. Your pitch should be as smooth as butter. Now, talking about the flow, you may follow any flow that you think is best for you. But I'll tell you what was best for me, and actually, it helped me to win a lot of hackathons. So, the flow goes like first of all, you have to explain the problem properly. We will go into depth of each and every point, but the flow goes like first of all, you have to explain the problem, then cause of that particular problem, then your solution, then your USPs, then the prototype that you have built, and then the business model or go to market strategy that you are thinking of. Now, this is the flow that I used to consider. What is the reason behind this flow? It was the best considered flow for me because it used to cover all the different criterias that most of the hackathons have in terms of marking scheme, right? Now, talking about problem statement presentation. So, there are three ways to actually explain the particular problem. Like when you're starting the presentation in a hackathon, you start with telling the problem, right? So there are three ways of presenting a problem. First is through quote, second is through statistics, and third is through a question. It's all in your hand. Whatever is most suitable for you, you can go with it. Like most of the times, I start with the quote. You can start with the statistics directly, or you can even start with a question. But the question, statistics, and quotes should be very familiar or directly connected with the problem statement or the problem or the solution that you are talking about. It should not be irrelevant or it should not be meaningless in any terms. I hope that is understandable. Now, let's see how a good intro may look like or introduction to problem statement may look like. Just consider that you have to build an application for specially abled people and illiterate people. So what is the issue in that case? Accessibility, right? So if I have to start the presentation for an application that will help specially abled and illiterate people, it would go like accessibility is not a feature or privilege or an add-on. It's a birthright, be it in any field, be it in education, be it in life. But unfortunately, not in technology. And then I can give up the stats as well. I can state the stats as well. which are relevant in our problem statement. But here you saw, I just gave a simple quote which is related to accessibility, and it actually helped me to present the idea even before telling about the problem, right? Accessibility is the problem in specially able people, and that we presented through the problem statement, through the code. Then you can add up the statistics as well. And after adding the statistics, then again some kind of quote you can give up. You can state like, for this specific case, we can say, do we need a smarter tech in this case? No, we need a kinder tech. We have a tech that is smart enough to speak, but we need a tech that should be kind enough to listen. Here it completely summed up the problem, isn't it? You can put up the statistics within both the quotes, where first quote explains the problem, second quote explains the solution, expected solution, and within that we are going to give the statistics that are related to the particular problem. Isn't it fascinating? In this way you can first of all explain the problem. What's next? After that you have to pitch your features or solution. Now in that case as well, you can start your pitch with team name, presents, and then your project name. Like, that sounds fascinating. Like, suppose my project name is Sarthi. Just consider it to be Sarthi. And my name in development community is Dreamer. So, what I would say is, for this problem, Team Dreamers presents Sarthi. In this way, you have to pitch your idea. And then you have to state your solution. Now, stating solution involves two things. First is, you can directly list the features that you are building in your prototype, which solves the problem. And second is, you are explaining the solution itself through the flow of the application. Like, if you'll consider the flow of the application, how user logs in, what is the user interface that is shown to him, or dashboard that is shown to him after logging in, what happens on clicking a particular feature, how it works, everything. And during that time only, you can explain what is the differentiating factor within that particular feature. You can state that as well. So there are two ways of presenting your solution. Like I told you about the problem, and now telling about the solution. In that case, you have two ways. One is directly listing the features, and second is explaining it through the flow. I don't think that is a big deal to be handled, right? Now talk after your features or solution, what you have to focus upon is your USP, unique selling point or unique selling proposition. So if you consider USP is the most important thing in your entire presentation. Why so? Because most of the features are going to be replicated. I told you that. But the USPs are something which are of actual attraction. Like if I am a judge, I'll focus upon the USPs. Like, what have you done differently? Rest of the features can be replicated. Rest of the things can be copied, can be built. But if you have strong USPs, they are actually going to help you to win the hackathons. Now, in terms of USPs, it can be anything. It can be your supply chain management. It can be any formula that you have cracked. It can be an algorithm. It can be a specific data collection mechanism that you have built. It can be a specific model that you have built with better accuracy or any parameter that you may consider. It can be anything. It can be a business oriented USP as well. But for that, you have to actually do a lot of research and analysis and then put it up. And in terms of USP, you don't have to over explain or under explain. You will ask me what you have to do. You have to just list the USPs. And if you have any proof associated with those USPs, like an IEEE paper you have published or a patent that you have specific to that particular feature, it is just a cherry on top. You can consider those things and you are good to go. After USPs, now you have two choices. You can directly show the prototype that you have built, or you can go with the go to market strategy. If you'll ask me, most of the times I've shown go to market strategy first, then the prototype itself. So, go to market strategy plays a very important role because you have told about the problem. It should be relevant, it should have a lot of you can say total addressable market as well. You have told the solution, but now what matters is the go to market strategy, because you might have built the product, but to make sure it sustains in the market, you need a market strategy. It can be of any kind. You have to consider it. Like you can go with freemium model, you can go with subscription based model. It's all in your hand. Like you can pitch it up in the way you want. And go to market strategy does not include just the business model. It also includes how are you going to reach to the audience. Like if you will consider the accessibility hackathon, accessibility project consideration, in that case, the go to market strategy would be simple. There are more than 2,500 specially abled institutions in India, and they need an application that can actually improve accessibility in technology. So we can directly target those 2,500 specially abled institutions first, then rest of the people. This is also a go-to-market strategy, and then integrated with the business model, like a subscription-based model, where we are going to charge a minimum amount of money from each and every user, or an organization if they are buying a bulky service, then it does the work. Now it's really simple for you to just go through different models, business models, and learn about them, and then map them up and make sure common sense is required heavily in terms of business model, because business model is mostly associated with the customers or consumers. They are not going to complicate the things, they are going to simplify the things. So the business model that you are considering should be as simple as possible. Means it can have a complex mechanism, but for an end user it should be easy, right? Now the next thing is prototype. How to present your prototype. This thing and the solution thing corresponds with each other, because whatever you told in the solution, it is going to be shown in the actual living form. You brought that idea into life, right? So how are you going to present your idea or prototype? So in that case, you have two options, actually three. The first is you are actually showing the live demo of your application. Second is you are playing a video, and third is hybrid one. You can play the video as well, and you can keep the running prototype inside as well if judge encounters any issue. In this way, you can actually carry out your presentation. But just make sure you have to focus on relevant things more and irrelevant things or less significant things less. There is nothing irrelevant, but you have to focus on irrelevant things less. Why so? Let's just consider that I spent 5 minutes in explaining login and sign up. It does not make any sense. But I've spent around 5 minutes on explaining my unique selling point. It makes sense as well. So you have to make sure you are prioritizing your things, you are prioritizing your features and explaining according to that. Like if you'll ask me how I would present the prototype, I'll record the video, because internet connectivity should not cause any issue during your presentation. So that is a threat as well. So you have to make sure you are making a video, you are playing it on 1.5x or 2x, and you are making an edited video as well, which adds labels as well, which makes it more attractive. And then after making the video, you can present it virtually through voiceover, and you would have a running prototype on side as well. If in Q&A or any part of presentation judges are interested in seeing the live demo, they can see it through your live laptop. So in this way your flow should go. First of all, you have to explain the problem. Problem can be explained in three ways. First is through asking the questions, second is through statistics directly, and third is the quote ways. In quotes, you have to start with the problem, a quote related to problem, then statistics, then a quote related to the expected solution, right? After that, you have to explain your solution. Solution can be explained in two ways. One is directly list down the features, and second is explain the flow rather than features. For explaining the solution in flow, you need a flow diagram as well, which makes it easier for you to explain it as well. Then you have to explain the USPs. They are really important. So focus on USPs more than anything else, as well as on your presentation. And then you have to focus upon the business model, go to market strategy. After that, after the business model, you have to explain the prototype. Prototype can be explained in two ways, actually three ways. First is video, second is live demo, and third is hybrid combination of videos and live demos. So in this way, you have to explain your presentation or pitch of the hackathon. I hope this video was useful for you, and sooner I'll just upload a demo pitch as well, which will help you to actually understand it in depth. And just make sure keep your presentation very crisp, very meaningful, and just make sure you're creating an impact. So I hope you have loved the video and subscribe to this YouTube channel to get the latest notifications. And I'll keep uploading videos as such. Thank you.